Yeah, thanks, Erica. Not our best. I thought that overall in the night, give credit to Miami. I thought they played really well. You know, Obviously the fans go home happy with a 4-1 win, but I don't think we played our best soccer. Not even close. So overall, again, they gave us some problems. It was difficult for us to get around the ball. We chased a lot, and we talked at halftime about, we're at our best when we're all sprinting together 10 yards rather than jogging around for 100 plus yards. And I think they understood that. Didn't really fix it in the second half, but give the guys credit for grinding out a 4-1 win that maybe wasn't indicative of the game. So it's a big 3 points. I'm grateful to the fans that again made this place really, really loud. So again, it looks good on paper, but I think still a lot of things we can work on and improve.
Jim, obviously Leon scores today, but
Yeah.
what did he bring to the table, and especially in a matchup against a team that wants to have a lot of the ball, is pressing?
Yeah. He's been good, man. He's having a really good season. He does so much dirty running. And again, to chip in with a goal, I think was deserved. I'm a big believer that when you work hard in this sport, good things happen for you, and that's a very simple, easy, clean thing to say. And Leon is, I think, a great example of that. The harder he works, I think he gets rewarded for things. To see him still pressing in the 90th minute and running and trying to win balls back for us was really good. So he's a kid that does a lot of the dirty work on the field that maybe isn't sexy or fun to watch, but he was rewarded tonight with a really good goal. He hit that really well, kept it low, and hit the target. So overall, really good game from Leon, and it's been like I said, a good season from him, and he does a lot of things that don't always show up on the stat sheet. And tonight he hit the stat sheet, which is good.
Jim, when you mentioned that obviously not your best, but is it more of kind of creating your own luck with some of these intangibles,
Uh-huh.
whether it be Julian's hustle just to force a mistake on the second, or converting a set piece, or Ollie's hold up play? Is that something on a night like tonight where you're not at your best?
Yeah, look,
At least take away those things?
for sure. They came at us, and we're a professional team in that we know how to win. I think our group has established that together. I think in this building, the goal differential over the last several games has been pretty impressive. So again, I felt like once we scored off the set piece, that would now have to make Miami open up. But again, give them a ton of credit because they have. It was, I'll rewind. It was really difficult to prepare for them because we had no idea who was available, what lineup, what formation. It was difficult. So they played well too. They made us run, they made us chase, they made it hard on us on the night. And again, to be up 3-0 at halftime, we were all kind of laughing in there, going, "That's not indicative of how the game went." But you're right. To score off a restart was big. I thought that would make them open up and give us some chances on the counter, which it did. We still weren't at our sharpest on the counter, but again, I'm complaining at a 4-1 win. I think that's the standard and the feelings that I have for this group. There's too much quality in that locker room to have some of the mistakes that we had in the game. It just wasn't our sharpest. But again, 4-1, we'll sign up for that, and that's a good win.
You have two set piece goals from center backs in the
Yeah.
last 3 games. Is that something you guys have been focusing more on?
Yeah, you need multiple players to contribute on goals. Your strikers aren't going to carry you every game. Danny Gazdag isn't going to be able to score and set up goals every game. So you need others to contribute, whether it's a midfielder, whether it's off a set piece like tonight. That's really big and it's really important. So I think these set piece goals come in bunches, so hopefully we can keep it going. And yeah, we've had a lot of guys contributing with goals in the recent weeks, which is good. I think he's okay. Little bit precautionary at 3-0 at halftime. He felt a little bit in his hamstring. It's been giving him some problems this season. So we were proactive. We trust Matt to go in and do the job. So look, if that's a playoff game, I think he stays out there. But he felt a little tweak, and we don't want to risk that with some tough road games coming up. So a little bit cautious, on that one.
How nice is it to have Brendan and Mark, not Brendan, Paxton and Mark back in the house tonight?
Yeah.
What did you say to them out there on the field?
Yeah, it was great to see them. Look, I'll put the season Mark McKenzie had in Belgium up against any defender in the United States. So he had a hell of a season. If you really watch that league and those games, he was dominant and this close to a championship as well. So he's had a great year. To see, just to watch him grow up, it's really cool to see. Just he always has had a level head, a coolness about him, but to see him develop and do so well over there. He was at the training facility the other day, and just to speak to him, and he's kind of mature and wise beyond his years, so it was great to see him. Paxton always puts a smile on your face too when you see him. He's kind of contagious. He's got the little brother, maybe I don't know how to word that. He's kind of goofy. He's happy. He was talking about how much the people at Frankfurt have really embraced him. His teammates have really put their arm around him. It's been great for him. So it was awesome to see him too. And yeah, you're proud because all the hard work at this club. We have guys now doing it in Europe and doing it on the big stage. So it was great to see those two. And they're just a couple in a kind of a long line of good young players that have come through here. We have a good environment. I think it prepares them. It's not perfect, but it prepares them for what's coming, and they're doing really well. So again, happy to see those guys, and yeah, they put a smile on your face. Both those guys, I really enjoyed my time with them, and I always say to them, you got to promise me, you still got 10, 15 more years in Europe or whatever it is. But when you end it, you got to end it in Philly. Your last team should be the Philadelphia Union. So I always remind them that. By then, it'll be several $1 million to finish your career here. The way this league's going, so it could be enticing.
Jim, quick question. Josef Martinez and
Yeah.
Rodolfo Pizarro largely neutralized by your defenders. What was the game plan behind? Obviously, sort of a guessing game leading into this game, but obviously gigantic stars in this team. How did you guys work around them?
Yeah, look, Josef is a guy who's kind of tortured me for my entire coaching career. He's a great striker. He has 100-plus goals, and he's a winner. He's up there by himself in this game. We actually thought they were going to play with Campagna and him, which makes it a little more difficult for two center backs to deal with. But Josef was still dangerous on the night. He was very close on a couple plays, but we did a decent job taking him away. Pizarro is another player that I respect a ton. Is coming back off of injury, and once he gets going and dribbling at you, he's a real handful. So those are the types of players that you try to contain. You try to limit where they touch the ball, but you can't stop them for 90 minutes. They're going to hurt you at some point, and we were just fortunate tonight that we were able to keep them off the score sheet. But they're two great players. And again, I have to say, Miami and Javier Morales is doing a good job with that group, because missing a ton of guys to national team, injuries, visa issues, all the different things. It's not easy, and I thought that they played some really good soccer despite the scoreline.
Hey Jim, tonight you guys connected. On Wednesday you guys only connected on 2 out of your 7 corners. First corner tonight, goal. Is that something you guys emphasize during the week to be better at one corner?
Yeah, look, scoring off of restarts is a big thing for our club. It's something that we take very serious on the offensive and defensive side. So when you score off a restart, it opens up the game a little bit. And I thought that Jacob timed it well. Kai puts in a good ball. Everything kind of went perfectly on that one. And yeah, we had a bit of a size advantage tonight in certain areas. And happy for Jacob to get the goal and get the 3 points.
Jim, more so of a hypothetical, but I know that you're kind of talking about their injuries or just Gold Cup, everything like that going on. Would you have considered looking at doing the 3-5-2 at any point during the week? Had that been the case? Just because I did notice quite a lot that they were doing a really good job of switching play, creating a lot of space on the wings, and even the one goal that kind of came about was kind of again them keeping themselves out wide to create a chance.
Yeah, because it was so tough to predict what shape they would use and the personnel that they were missing, we went with what we know we're good at, which is the 4-4-2 diamond. Having hindsight now, the way that they lined up, and we went to it at the end of the game where Nathan came in and played as a third center back, it allowed us to get pressure to the wide areas. If you still look at the data too, though, they had a lot of possession, and we looked like we were chasing but how many did Joe have to save? You know, it wasn't like he was under constant pressure, so we didn't concede a lot of chances. Listen, I still said, like I started, we didn't play good, but we did get into the 3-5-2 eventually, and that did give us a little bit of more protection. You know, a little bit. We were able to get out into the wide areas and get pressure on the ball. But overall, again, I sound very negative for a 4-1, so I'll try and stop being so negative. But I know we can play better.
Is it something you're looking into the future of just considering
Sure.
on that flexibility?
Personnel, opponent, home, away, who's healthy, who's not, all those things will weigh into how we play. But I think we've proven now we can play multiple formations, and that's a good thing.
So you're going in at halftime and you have
Yeah.
to have that conversation where the guys are up 3-0,
Yeah.
they're not happy with the
Right.
performance. What was that conversation like? Did the players agree with you?
Yeah.
What do you think of the response?
They did agree. And they all knew that they could just simplify things. We were chasing a lot, and it didn't look fun, to be honest. You're on a hot night, you don't want to just be chasing the ball, and that's what we did for 45 minutes. To concede early in the second half makes it a little bit ugly. We talked about even changing formations, but then you go, we're up 3-0. It looks a little silly if you change at halftime on a 3-0. So we decided to stick with it. Eventually did make a little bit of a tweak and a change, but the guys knew we didn't play good. We're getting guys back, help from the national team, getting back physically, with Ali coming off of his, this is his first start. I think the fitness and the sharpness will improve, but I think we all recognize if that's what it looks like in Atlanta, it's not going to be good enough. So we know that, and this group, I don't have to come in and break. I almost cursed. I don't have to come in and break stuff at halftime. They know at this stage what our level is, and they know tonight wasn't us. We'll still celebrate the 3 points, though.
For the silver lining for Leon's goal.
Yeah.
Right before halftime.
Big.
It was
Yeah.
huge right before. What was the reaction for that one?
It was good. Leon doesn't score a ton. He scores big goals, though. So that's a big goal at the end of half. He scored the big one against Cincinnati. So, again, I believe the soccer is fair in that regard. When you work as hard as Leon does, you get rewarded. And tonight he got rewarded with a goal. Did a great job for us, played a great game. And you're right, that goal before the end of half to go up 3-0 kind of deflates Miami. Goals at the going into the locker room are really important. That was a big one.
We're going to go 1-2 live with John so we can lock in for the guy save.
Hey Jim, can you just talk about how good was it to have the Ali back in the lineup tonight?
Yeah, it was great. Again, he's our captain. He's our leader. We feel more like us when he's part of the group, and it was great to have him down in Orlando. Gave us a push down there off the bench, and was able to start tonight. He'll get more fit. He'll get sharper as we go. It was a hot night, so it was an awkward game for us, but one that we took care of business very professionally, and we win. And now, yeah, it's great to have Ali back, and now we go on the road for three tough ones.
Hey Jim, your team played very, very well defensively from the goalkeeper. Only allowed one goal. What was that like for you? And what's going to be the big adjustment going from playing Miami to Atlanta, chasing you in the standings? They're going to come in a little hungrier. And
Yeah.
We're going to play tough against you guys. They know you're in front of them. What's going to be the big adjustment?
Yeah, it'll be tough. It always is tough down in Atlanta. They have a great fan base. They have, a great atmosphere down there. I think they got beat tonight as well, so they'll have a reaction naturally. So it's always hard to go down there. We know we'll have to be a little bit sharper, a little bit better. On the road, it's always more difficult in this building now. Once our fans get behind us, we know we can score goals and we can score multiple goals. So defensively, still things we can improve on. Gave up. Did they give that as an own goal? So their goal. No, they announced that publicly as an own goal. Okay, so they fixed it. Yeah. Okay, good. Yeah, that's good. All right. Yeah. So, overall, we want to keep clean sheets as well. But yeah, overall, a win, and we'll move on to Atlanta, which we know will be a little bit more difficult now, on the road.
You've espoused the theory for years that 11 guys who play really well together can beat any other team.
Yeah.
And you had the better team tonight, obviously, but when Messi and his friends
Yeah.
come along, where does the theory go?
Well, that team's going to look a lot different, I think, in the coming months, obviously. People don't realize how good of a player Gregory is, too, in that midfield. So losing him this year really hurt them a lot. But obviously, yeah, when Messi comes to the league, that obviously changes that team quite a bit for obvious reasons. you hear different rumors and Busquets and different things that are happening. So these are world-class players. Yeah, the question will be how many games are left. I think there'll be 11 or 12 games left by the time they all get here. Yeah, it's going to be a fight. I'll just say I hope we can finish in a spot where we don't match up in the playoffs. That'd be nice. So, is that what you wanted? What's that? Yeah, we did. And again, they're going to get stronger and stronger, and then even next year too. I'm sure it's only going to go even more. So, not easy.
All right,
Cool.
Jim.
Thanks, guys.